U.S. total debt is now over $100 trillion. How will this affect precious metals? We're going to talk about this and much more. Let's get into it. SD Bullion is giving away a monster box of 2024 Tree of Life silver coins. Sign up today at sdbullion.com/sweepstakes. Thank you so much for watching. I do sincerely appreciate it. Before we talk about this crazy number, 100 trillion, first, let's talk about what's going on with gold and silver right now. Gold price has gone up today. Once again, it has gained over $22, currently sitting at $2,373. So gold is nearing that $2,400 mark. What's going on with silver? Silver has actually dropped 7 cents, so it's basically flat for the day, but it is sitting at $28.39, which is a big jump up from where it was just a few days ago. You could see here on May 3rd, silver was at $26.56, so we're up almost $2 this week alone. If we go year to date, the low for the year was right around 22 bucks. So we're up over $6 from the lowest point silver has been this year. It is on a tear. I know today it's not doing anything, but trust me, this has been a good week for silver. I do want to briefly touch on the platinum group metals. Platinum is once again over $1,000 an ounce, sitting at 1,006. Palladium is sitting at 1,017, so only $11 separates platinum and palladium. Is platinum going to take over palladium and start leading the charge soon? I think that's very possible. We'll have to wait and see. But what's going on with precious metals news? Yesterday, we saw headlines like this: U.S. weekly jobless claims increase more than expected as labor market eases. This is really good for those of you who are wanting the Fed to start cutting rates, because if the jobless claims are going up, this means unemployment is going up, and the Fed will need to cut rates to create more jobs. I know I sound like a broken record at this point, but if the Fed starts cutting rates, this is so bullish for precious metals because it's likely going to weaken the dollar and push gold and silver prices higher. So at the next meeting in June, it's looking like no rate cut. CME Group is predicting no rate cut in July as well. 75% chance that rates remain the same. However, in September, they are predicting rates will start going down. At this point in time, only a 38.8% chance of rates remaining the same. So it's looking like September we will see the first rate cut. And if we fast forward to November, it's almost a sheer certainty rates will be going down by then. I mean, look at this, 25% chance of rates remaining the same. However, 25% are saying we're going to have our second rate cut by November. So surely by then rates will start going down. Again, super bullish for precious metals. South Korea is making it easier for their citizens to purchase gold by putting it in, guess what? Vending machines. Demand for traditional bars and coins in South Korea rose 27% year on year, but the most interesting development arises from South Korean vending machines and convenience stores. Here is a photo of one of those gold vending machines at a convenience store in South Korea. I wonder if they will ever put these here in America. Probably not. All right, now let's get to the U.S. total debt. $100 trillion. What does this number actually mean? Well, this is the U.S. total debt, which includes household, business, state, and local governments, financial institutions, and the federal government. So there you go. When you add up all of that debt, you get to over $100 trillion. Of course, the U.S. national debt is only at $34.7 trillion. I can't believe I just said only. I mean, that is a crazy number. But look at this here. Debt per citizen, over $100,000. Debt per taxpayer, over $250,000. Let's be honest, this is probably never going to get paid back. It's just going to get worse and worse as the years go on. It is a little bit of a consolation to know that total personal debt is only $25 trillion. So we have less debt than the government, but we're not doing that good. I mean, look at savings per family, $7,740. That's pretty weak in the grand scheme of things, especially when the credit card debt per holder is over $8,000. So by and large, most Americans are really struggling right now. Here are some numbers that will really put things into perspective. So if we start at the top left corner, look at this. U.S. workforce now, it is not really increased since the year 2000. If we move down, look at this. Not in labor force now, that has increased since the year 2000. So less people are working. I mean, look at the unemployed. It's getting ridiculous. But let's go across the bottom here. So median income now has gone up slightly since the year 2000. But what about the cost for a new home? Yeah, that has over doubled. The cost for a car has over doubled. Cost for tuition has over doubled. Healthcare cost almost tripled. I mean, if everything is getting more expensive because of inflation, but we're not really making more money, this is a problem. This is why we're in so much debt. So what do we do about all of this? What is the solution? Well, as far as the U.S. government is concerned, I think they've gone too far down the road and there's no turning back. They're not going to be able to balance the budget. They're not going to be able to fund everything they want to fund and have extra left over to pay off the national debt. It's just not going to happen. As far as the dollar is concerned, I think it's going to continue to inflate and eventually it's going to become worthless. But what can you do? You don't have to participate in that system. You can stack physical precious metals. This is what I've been doing for over 6 years now. I buy gold and I buy silver to protect myself. Gold and silver cannot be inflated away like the dollar. By stacking physical precious metals, what you're saying is I want to be my own bank. I don't want to participate in that failing system anymore. And I think this is a very prudent thing to do, especially if you have a family. You need to take charge. You need to make sure that you and everyone you love will be protected. Now, what if you are one of those people who have a lot of debt and no precious metals at all? What should you focus on first? Stacking or paying off your debt? Now, my opinion is probably not the thing you should be listening to. You should go to your financial advisor. But what I would do is I would start stacking first. I would try and get to at least 40 ounces of silver before I focused on my debts because I don't feel comfortable living right now without any precious metals. I mean, we're at a point where I think you need to have some sort of a base. And also, I think that when you start stacking, you're going to learn discipline. You're going to learn how to budget better. And this will actually help you pay off your debts quicker. So I think you get that little base in silver first, then you focus on your debts, and once you feel comfortable with that, then you can move back to stacking. That's what I did many years ago, and I'm so happy that I started when I did because I've been able to grow my stack, grow my savings to more than I ever thought was possible. So with that being said, I'm curious, your thoughts on stacking right now. Is it necessary? Feel free to put them down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next one. Silver Dragons out.